Hi everyone. In this video we are going to make a simple web page design which looks something like this. So this is a clean design and I'll be using only HTML and CSS for this. So let's begin. Here I have opened up a folder header 2 in VS Code. I'll be using VS Code. You can use any editor you like. And inside this folder I've already added the images that we are going to use for the project. So we need to create two files. The first file is called index.html and the second file is style.css. Now in the index.html file, first I'm going to add the basic structure. So I'll be using emit. So write exclamation mark and press tab. It will add the basic structure. Now I'll change the document title to, let's say, shopping website. And then I'm going to link the style sheet using the link tag. In the href style.css, you have to specify the path. Now inside the body, we are going to create the markup first. So here I'm going to create this outer div and this inner div. And inside this inner div, I'll have this header and the main section. The main section consists of this online shopping and this content, and the right hand side consists of this image. So right inside the body, I'll create a div with a class outer. And after this, I'm going to create a div with a class inner. Now inside the inner div, I'm going to create the header. So this is a HTML5 tag, header tag, and inside this I'll create a div with a class logo. Now here I'll use the image element. The source will be images. So to access images folder, I have to navigate to the current directory, images, and we have our logo. In the alternate text, I'll write logo, and for the width, I'll specify 150 pixel. So let's see how the page looks like. So for this, I'll be using Live Server. So if you don't have Live Server extension, you can click on this tab here and search for Live Server. And then you don't need to reload the page every time you make changes to it. So to use the Live Server, right click and click on this open with Live Server. So we have added the logo. Now after the header, now inside the header, I'll create the nav. This is also HTML5 element. Now inside this, I'll create the navigation link. So UL LI into 4, then A. So this is a shortcode provided by Emmet, which we can use to add anchor tags inside LI. So press tab. So we have the anchor tag inside the LI. So I'll be requiring 5 of these LI. So I'll press option, shift and down arrow. So it will duplicate it. Now for the href, it will go nowhere. So I'll write hash symbol. So to edit multiple lines at the same time, you can press command and click to have multiple cursor. And then I'll write hash, and inside the first link, home, pricing, about us, contact us, and here sign in. This sign in link will be styled as a button, so I'll give it a class of sign in btn. Now the header is done. We'll move on to the main section, which consists of this thing, this left part and this right part. So inside the main section, this is also a HTML5 tag. I'll create a div left content and right content. Now inside this left content, I'll have h1 online, h1 shopping, paragraph I'll use 50, so lorem 50, and then I'll have a button with class CTA, call to action, and here I'll write explore. So this is the left content. Now in the right side, I'm going to add the image. But if you see here, I have this background as well. So for this, what I'm going to do is to create a div with the class PG, and then I'll add the image. So it's in images, image 1, and in the alternate text, let's say shopping image. Let's save this. So we have our image. So this background I'll add in the CSS. So this is the markup of the page, and now let's write the CSS. So open up style.css file. For this project I'll be using a font called Poppins. So go to this font.google.com and search for Poppins. This is the font, and the variant that I'm going to use is the regular one, this 400 one, and bold one. So bold is 700, this one. Now click on embed. This time I'm going to use import. So click on this button and just copy this, and now inside the style.css paste it at the top. So after this I'm going to set the rem unit. I hope you know relative unit. So 1 rem equals 16 pixel. So what I'm going to do is I will set 1 rem to 10 pixel. So here in the HTML tag I'll write font size 62.5%. So 1 rem is 16 pixel. So you can do the math, 10 divided by 16 into 100, which will give you 62.5%. So after this I'll target all the elements using the universal selector star, and I will set the margin to 0. Margin to 0 and padding to 0, and box sizing border box. Then I will target the body, and here I'll write font family. I can just copy this from here, copy this and paste it. Now I'm going to target H1. The font size will be 5 rem, so 50 pixel will be the font size for H1, and font weight will be 700, which is for bold, and color will be hash 1A 1A 1A. Now I'll target the paragraph. The font size will be 14 pixels, so 1.4 rem, and font weight will be 400 for regular, and color will be hash A6 A6 A6. After this I'm going to target this outer div. So here I'm going to add this background, this colored background. So to target the div outer, I'll use the class, and then I'll use background image. The URL is images and image2. Now here I'll specify background size to be cover, and background repeat property, no repeat. Then height will be 100 VH, so that it occupies the entire height of the viewport, and then background position will be center. Let's see. So we have the background. Now let's work on the inner div, this inner div. So I'll target it inner. So here I'm going to specify the height and width of this section to be 100 VH minus 100 pixel. So for the height I'll use the calc function 100 VH. Make sure you add a space here, otherwise it won't work. And for width, again I'm going to use the calc function, and for width 100% minus 100 pixel. And then I'll change the background color to white. I'll add a box shadow 0 0 20 pixel 0 RGBA 0.0.0.0.4. So this first value is for the horizontal offset, this one is for vertical offset, this one is for blur, this one is for spread, and this is for color. So here I'm using RGBA transparency one, This is black and 0 with 0.4% transparency. So now let's see how it looks like. So we have the inner section up here at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the position to absolute to bring it out of the normal document flow. Let's see. Now it is outside the document flow, and then I'm going to change the top value to 5% and left value to 3%. Now we have this inner section properly placed. Now let's add this background image. So here use background image, URL will be images and bg.png. The background repeat, no repeat, and background position will be right center. So we have the background. Now I'll work on the header. This part, I'll give it a height of 100 pixel, padding 0, top and bottom 50 pixel right and left. Then I'll work on the logo, and here I'll float it to left, and I'm going to float the nav to right. So let's see. So our logo is floated to the left and the navigation is floated to the right. So now let's work on the nav itself. So nav ul, list style type none, nav ulli. Here I'm going to change the display to inline block. And I'm going to give it a padding 0.40 pixel. This is top and bottom, and this is right and left. So now let's work on the links. So ULLIA, font weight 700, text decoration to remove the underline none, the color will be #333, and font size will be 1.4 rem, so 14 pixel. So let's save and see. So we have something like this, but in the final product you see that we have some margin. So to show you one thing, if in the header I add a background, let's say crimson, so this is the height of the header, this 100 pixel. So I want to vertically center this logo and this UL in this header. So I can simply do, if you specify a height to any container, you can use the line height technique. So here I'll use line height same as the height of the container. So you can see that we have a logo, but it's some discrepancies with the logo itself, that's why it's not aligning vertically. But if I use the line height technique with the nav, line height 100 pixel, see it's perfectly aligned vertically. So this is a neat trick to vertically align something if you know the height of it. So after this we need to clear the floats, because we have floated this to the left and this to the right. But let me add some margin to this logo. So logo, here I'll add margin top 10 pixel. So I'm going to clear the float using the overflow method. So in the container itself, if you specify overflow hidden, the floats will be cleared. So now that we have completed the header, let's work on this main section. So first I'm going to remove this background from here. After this I'll target main, and I'm going to specify position relative. I'll explain it just in a bit. Then I'm going to target the left content. Here also I'll float it to the left. I'll give it a width of 30%, and position will be absolute. Let's see. Let me first add a border to it so that it will be visible 2 pixels solid red. So now I'm going to position it relative to this main container. That's why I have added this position relative to the main, so that this left content moves relative to this. If I would have positioned this left content absolute without adding this position relative, this left content box will move relative to the entire width and height of this viewport. But that I don't want. I want this left part to move depending on the position of this main section. So then I am going to change the top property to 25% and left to 10%. You have to play around with these numbers to find a perfect position. Now let's move this image. So right content, I'll just float it to right. Let's save this. Now here the position of this left content is a little bit off because the this main section collapsed. So let me show you what happens if I add a border 1 pixel, let's say 2 pixel solid red. So you can see that this main section does not have any height because we have floated all its element. That's why it does not have any height. So we have to clear the float. So there are different techniques to clear the float, but for this case I'll use overflow hidden. So if I save, let me add the border back, border 2 pixels solid green. So now its height is back. So after this I'm going to target the image. To make it responsive, I'll specify max width 100% and height auto. So if I shrink the page, the image will shrink also. So now I'm going to style the header and the paragraph. So I'll target left content h1 and here I'll use first child. As you can see that in the left content I have two h1. So if I use this first child, this first h1 will be selected. Now here I'll specify font weight to be 400, text transform uppercase and margin bottom. Let me add this after. Then I'm going to target left content h1, the second child. For this I'm going to use nth child and child 2. The text transform uppercase, font weight will be 700. This time font weight 700. So let's see. Let me remove this red border. So it looks something like this. I don't like the spacing between these two h1. So what I'm going to do is I'll add a negative margin. So margin bottom minus 10 pixel. So this is a negative margin. It will push this h1 up. So after this I'm going to target the paragraph. So left content P, and here I'll add margin top and bottom just to add some space. So margin 1.5 m and 0. So m is also a relative unit which is used most commonly when you apply margin or padding. Now it's time to add style to the CTA, call to action button. So CTA, since it is a button, I have to specify border none, outline none, padding top and bottom 10 pixel, right and left 20 pixel. Background color will be hash FC 5E 2E, and the color of the text will be white. Border radius will be 50 pixel to make it a little bit round at the corner, and cursor will be pointer, so that when you move your mouse the cursor changes to a pointer. Now finally I'm going to style this sign in button or sign in link. So remember, we have given the class SIG sign in btn. Here I'll add a padding 10 pixel, 20 pixel. The color of the text will be white. Border radius will be 50 pixel to make the corner round, and background color will be hash 4E9DE0. So let's save. So this is the complete page we have created using HTML and CSS, and for the layout we have used float. So I hope you liked this video and learned something from it. So if you do, please give it a like and do subscribe to my channel. You can also download this project if you like. You'll find the download link in the description of this video. So thank you for joining with me, and I will see you later.